What's good, G Life? Now, right here, we're covering the runner-up neighborhoods that didn't make it on the top 10 of the largest gangs in Los Angeles. So these are the ones that almost made it onto the list. The reasons for some of them not make it onto the list is that some of the numbers are going based off of like from a certain amount to a certain amount. So it's not specifically on how many there is, and the fact that it wasn't specific is the reason why they got left out, because some of these neighborhoods, people could say that, oh, well, they're larger than some of the ones that were on the first list. But the reason why is that it wasn't specific on the amount is the reason why, it just gave you roughly, an estimate. That's the reason why I didn't add them. But, these are the next, that were on the list, to make it on there. And starting off at number 10, we have the Avenues Gang. The Avenues Gang is located within northeast Los Angeles. Nellis is located up in the hills areas. Now, the Avenues Gang is kind of spread out through all of Nella. You know what I mean? Throughout the avenues. Because they have so many cliques and so many, members. Because they're pretty old school. They've been around already since the 50s. Now, they are said to be roughly at about 910 heads. You know what I mean? And not like other neighborhoods where it's like different states and everything. Majority of them reside right here in California, but they do have some members in different parts of the United States. And right here in Nellis is, their stronghold, obviously, you know what I mean? You can find them throughout, several locations, like on Figueroa and 45th, 44th, 42nd, 41st. Now, the reason why they're called Avenues Gang is because, all the turfs right there are avenues. Like you have Avenue 45, Avenue 44, Avenue 43rd, Avenue 42nd, Avenue 41, Avenue 39, Avenue 38, Avenue 37. And you guys get, the point. So that is the reason why it's called Avenues, meaning with an S, meaning all the avenues. You know what I mean? Throughout that area. And yes, they are throughout Figueroa. You could also find them located by Avenue 57th. You can also find them by Avenue 63rd. You can also find them located in the heart of their hood. The heart of their hood being Drew Street. Drew Street is, the notorious spot where it's their domain. You know what I mean? It's treacherous right there. They definitely cracks, which is between Chapman Street, Estada Avenue, Andrenita Street, all of that area is what's considered already like the heart of their hood, their main domain, their dojo. There's other neighborhoods around the area too, Highland Park, Glassell Park, Cypress Park, but the avenues being the more dominant one, because of the large size and numbers, and they've been hit with all kinds of sweeps already as well. This neighborhood has already been well documented in, Gangland, Discovery Channel, all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, they are number 10 on this list, with roughly around 910 members. But that's what's up with the Avenues Gang. And next on the list, at number 9, now that we make our way to the SGV, the San Gabriel Valley, is where we'll find number 9. And number 9 being the El Monte Flores Gang, located in the city of El Monte. El Monte Flores is one of, the well-dominant gangs in the SGV, well known. I'm telling you, these guys, they ain't no joke, man. And they have a gigantic amount of turf, you know what I mean? Shit. Almost throughout the whole city of El Monte, you could just find them roaming around. You know what I mean? From Lower Azusa Road, all the way to their neighborhood extends all the way to Dorothy Avenue, and from the, I would say the freeway, I would say to the opposite end to the 605. You know what I mean? Is where their turf's at. So I'm telling you, almost the whole city of El Monte, all of El South El Monte, all of that's considered their barrio. You know what I mean? Throughout Ramona, throughout Garvey, Taylor, Rush Street, Dorothy, is where you could just find the Monte gang. You know what I mean? Well connected, well established. They have a strong, like well structured neighborhood. Many rappers, come out of this hood that put it on the map for them. Shady, Sal Capone, and a few others. That put El Monte on the map for them. Also, the homie Incredible Javier. Go check out his channel. Go subscribe. Homie brings good content. This is his barrio as well. And I have a gang of homies, out of El Monte. You know what I mean? A lot of solid individuals come out of this neighborhood, and they've been already right here for a long time too. One of the original neighborhoods, and they put it down for the SGV and for their side. And El Monte ain't playing, and they are roughly, I was told, from what it says right here, estimate, it says from 900 members to 1,000. But that it doesn't give you a specific number, it just says roughly around that many members that there is from this gang. At least that they know that much. So yeah, that's why they're number 9, because obviously, they're more. I know that the other neighbor, the Avenues is 910 members, but this one's from 900 to 1,000, so it could be either between her, but that's why they're coming at number 9 right there, Monte Flores. And coming in at number 8, we have the Longo gang, the Eastside Longo. Now, all of Longo, there's 3 Longos. There's Westside Longo, there's Northside Longo, there's Eastside Longo, being different neighborhoods, but they all run as one. But there was, tensions between some cliques before, but now it's all good. But they're different cliques, you know what I mean, with different way of running their stuff, but they all run, Longo. I know it kind of gets kind of complex. Several neighborhoods go through this. Verdugo being one, Puente being another, Longo as one as well, and, and a few others out there. You know what I mean? So all together, Northside, Westside, and Eastside Longo are roughly said to be about 2,500 members all together. But separate on its own, the Eastside Longo is said to be roughly from 920 members to 1,000. That is how they have them, roughly around, that amount of members that there is for just the East Side portion of the Longos, which is a gang. You know what I mean? They are the biggest ones of the Longuero gangs. Been holding it down right here in Longo for quite some time. You know what I mean? One of the most largest and hated and respected as well neighborhoods within this area. You can hate your enemy, but you also respect them because you know that they ain't no suckers. You know what I mean? Because they go at it with a lot of neighborhoods right there in that area. Also known for going at it with Cribs. Even though people say that they're a racist gang, I find that very hard to believe, considering that the Eastside Longo has black homies from their barrios. The Longo gangs do have black gente from their neighborhoods. If they were a racist gang, why would they allow black people from their gangs? The reason they let that happen is because they are not racist. They target other gang members, black gang members, Crip sets, because they beef it heavily with Crip sets. So they target other Crips, other gang members, not the race in general, because if that was the case, then they wouldn't allow black people in their neighborhoods. Are some of them kind of racist? Maybe some, which is even like odd in itself, because then that would mean they wouldn't like their homies from their neighborhood. But either way, they are a large neighborhood, hold a strong presence within the east side of Long Beach. In all parts of Long Beach, but the East Side Longo is right here in the east portion of Long Beach, close to the MacArthur Park. And no, not the one from West LA, the one over here in Long Beach. And that's where you can find them and holding it down and representing. And coming in at number 7, we have the Varrio Azusa. Varrio Azusa, located over here in the SGV. They're located within Azusa. Throughout all of Azusa, you can find them. You know what I mean? Their territories from Arrow Highway to Vincent Avenue, all the way to Sierra Madre Avenue, all the way to Barranca Avenue. I think that's how you pronounce that avenue. So everything that's in the middle is their neighborhood. So throughout Vernon Avenue, throughout, where the freeway's at, throughout Cerritos Avenue, throughout Pasadena Avenue, throughout Alameda, throughout 5th, throughout 9th, throughout, all of that, all the way to 13th, is from 1st all the way to the 13th is everything is their neighborhood. And they also have another portion of their neighborhood that's located between Avenue Conejo and de la Suerte, you know what I mean? De la Estrella as well, de la Luna, all that area is also another area that they have, established, and in other states, you know what I mean? The Azusa neighborhood is roughly, to be said, at 1,200 members, within the United States and Mexico. At least that's, how they have it down in what I was told. So it is a large neighborhood. That's why, people be like, oh, there's not that many. There's nothing over here, whatever. They're not all located in the SGV. You know what I mean? This is going based off of, throughout the United States. And that is how they have them down. You know what I mean? And, but yeah, that's what's up with the Azusa neighborhood. Been around already for a long time too and doing their thing. And now as we make our way now to the 805 to Ventura County, right here, where we have number 6 on the list. Number 6 being the Varrio, Eastside, Colonia, Chiques, the Chiques neighborhood, well-known neighborhood throughout the city of Oxnard. Cowboys, home base, the Cowboy Boys. You know that they use that attire and the symbol and all of that as their logo. That's why you see everyone cowboyed out over here. That's just how they do, for them, Colonia Chiques, you know what I mean? It is one of the most largest and well-respected and oldest neighborhood within this area. So it's old school neighborhood already with roots into this community. Been around since I was told since late 50s, early 60s, roughly around that time frame. When it was starting to establish itself. And like I said, they are one of the most largest neighborhoods within this area. Now they are said to be at about 1,200 to 1,300 members within the Colonia Chiques gang. Throughout not only the 805, but throughout the United States as well. Now, this is another neighborhood that's been on the news several times, well documented, well covered. It cracks in the 805 in the city of Oxnard. The Chiques does not play around. Now, the neighborhood is located within the Colonia Chiques area, you know what I mean? So out throughout La Colonia Road, so was La Colonia Road and Haynes, Garfield, McKinley, Bonita, Anita Avenue, throughout Juanita, throughout the Colonia Park, all the way past the Del Sol, passing the Del Sur Park, all the way passing the Thomas Park as well. So everything that's in the middle, it's what's considered the Colonia Chiques neighborhood. You know what I mean? Not only that, but you could also find them located throughout San Marlino Street, throughout Gisler Avenue, on that portion, almost close to the Lanthrope Memorial Park, throughout, that area, throughout, Hemlock, Irish Street, all that is where you could also find the Colonia Chiques neighborhood, you know what I mean? And like I said, they are well known, well respected in this area, clashing, with other groups right there, but seem to hold it down for the city of Oxnard and hold it down for theirs, you know what I mean? Because they're spread out through all over the city, because you could even find them over there on NH Street, close to the Sierra Linda Park, close to the Orchard Park as well, through those back ends. Like I said, the Colonia Chiques neighborhood is just, throughout this area, well established, large in numbers, and continue to represent for theirs, you know what I mean? But that's what's up with the Colonia Chiques right there, coming in at number 6. And now as we make our way to South Central, to cover the next neighborhood on the list at number 5, we have the South Central Varrio 38th Street. 38th Street, a well-known neighborhood, been around for a long time already, been around since the Susu riots eras and all that this madre. They were front and line and center, made famous for that Sleepy Lagoon case, you know what I mean? Put, the Chicano gangbanging culture, and headlines, news, and everything like that. You know what I mean? This neighborhood has been with the business, and been, representing for this for quite some time, and for the Chicano movement. You know what I mean? When the Raza was getting mistreated before, and they were one of the groups that would stand up for, for the Raza, for the brown. You know what I mean? The 38th Street was with the business and continues to be with the business. Now they're said to be about throughout the United States, so not just in South Central, so throughout the United States, because they are located in different states as well. They are said to be at 1,350 members. You know what I mean? Which is a large amount. Members. Now I didn't add them to the first portion because it's a roughly an estimated number. So it's not a guarantee for sure number. That's just roughly, what they think. That's the reason why I didn't add into the first, because for the first part of the big is I wanted to add just numbers that were numbers that were specifically known. That's why this one was left out. But now being added to this list, so that way people now know why it was left out. Like I said, I don't play no favoritism or exaggerating with it. I only call it for what it is. You know what I mean? So take what you want from that number. But they are old neighborhood. They are large and they handle business. You know what I mean? 38th Street ain't no joke. You know what I mean? And you can find them throughout all of South Central. You know what I mean? Where they, started right there in 38th. Their breeding ground, home base. You know what I mean? And they continue to put theirs on the map.